Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving and ate lots of food and had lots of fun. I hope none of you were alone today. I tried to go live a little bit ago for anybody that wanted to join. I don't know how to pre plan these things, I have no idea. So, after like 5 minutes, I was like, I'm done. Just wanted to do a quick video. And tell everybody happy Thanksgiving. 105 days sober. It was a good day, good couple days. I wanted to talk. So typically my Thanksgivings are, and it's been for a long time, our tradition. Um, Me and my ex-wife, or me and my kids, or just me even before that, would always go to my dad's side of the family on Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. Right? Lots of food. My aunts and uncles from my dad's side of the family, my grandma, grandpa, my cousins. I have lots of cousins. Um, it was always a good, fun time, a great time. Um, Last year and this year, we did not go. Last year, because, for one, this is the first Thanksgiving I've ever been sober for. I've never been sober during a Thanksgiving as long as I can remember, like since I was a kid, so long ago. Um, so that was our tradition. Even when I would usually still make it to my aunt's and uncle's house or my cousin's house where our Thanksgivings were held. There's one Thanksgiving in particular that I'll never forget, and it was the worst. It was after me and my wife had separated. I moved back across the state, away from her and my two kids, for about a year or so. She took care of the kids for about a year before I got Blake. And I had a real shitty little van, and I was coming back through Tacoma with a girl I was seeing at the time from her dad's house, and we had ate. Oh, no, no, no! This was a day before Thanksgiving, right? We went there to have like an early one or whatever, so I can go to my family's house. On the way through downtown Tacoma, right on Pacific Avenue, across from the old courthouse, my van breaks down, so I had to pull in to a little right off the road in the parking space in front of a Jimmy John's in my van. Her ex-husband came and picked her up, and they were gonna go try to figure out how to get some money to get me towed out of there. Well, I was there for 2 days. Um, the first night, she came back and brought me some food, a blanket, some heroin, because I was a heroin addict then. And I remember sleeping in my van, and the night before Thanksgiving, and the town was dead. I mean, there's no cars. It was like a ghost town at night, except for the crazies or the addicts walking up and down the street. Every now and again, you'd hear somebody walking, screaming, yelling at themselves. They'd come up to my van, banging on my window. I was terrified. I didn't have any weapons. I didn't have any of that stuff, and so I just slept in my van and I watched YouTube. Uh, and that was that. The next day was Thanksgiving. I remember I talked to my kids. They were like, "What are you doing, Dad?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just hanging out, for Thanksgiving." They had no idea I was broke down in my van in downtown Tacoma. And on Thanksgiving Day, everything down there was closed. There was a few people coming to some of the stores that were open, but again, by nighttime, they were closed. And stayed there all day just watching YouTube, watching movies, smoking and shooting heroin. It was the worst Thanksgiving I could think of. I remember that night laying down in the back of my van with a bottle full of piss next to me, thinking like, fuck Thanksgiving. Like, I'm not thankful for shit. Like, this sucks. How could life treat me this way? Why is it so horrible? Why am I alone today? Just hating everything. Um, I look back now and it's crazy because I'm like, I was alone and I wasn't thankful for anything because of all of my choices. These are my choices. It wasn't nobody's fault, um, but my own. Why I was alone that Thanksgiving, why I was sleeping in my van, why I was a drug addict, why I didn't have my kids, why I wasn't with family. all a direct result of my choices, my actions. Um, I could have maintained my vehicle so it wouldn't break down. I could have uh, chose to stay in recovery. And no, actually, this was before I ever first got sober. This is my before my first treatment center. So, but regardless, I didn't. I made the choice to stick a needle in my arm. I made a choice to smoke heroin. Um, yeah, they call it a disease, but we have that choice before we put it into our body, and I made that choice. So I had to suffer the consequences from it. And did I like the consequences? Absolutely not. But they were still my consequences from my actions. I'm one of those people. I don't. I try to take the. I try. I say try because I'm not perfect at shit, right? But I try and take the word blame out of my vocabulary. It's nobody else's fault. It's not my mother's fault for doing drugs with me at a young age and exposing me to it. It's not my ex-wife's fault because she did drugs occasionally with me. It's not life's fault because life is hard, because there's millions and millions of Americans and people in the world who have hard lives and they choose to not self-medicate with drugs and alcohol. So excuses get us fucking nowhere is what I'm trying to say. You can't fix a problem you don't think you have. So if you think it's everybody else's fault because of your problem, you're going to expect every single thing else to change in order for your life to get better. And that's ridiculous. As soon as you acknowledge that these are my choices and these are my consequences, I'm in charge of that. I'm the only one that can fix that. Um, I'm the only one that can make those changes or make the decision to change. Um, Today I have God directing me. You know what I mean? As best as I can. I'm not good at this at all. I'm still learning the ropes of this recovery. What you guys are watching is the transformation, the slow transformation of a man that was addicted to anything and everything, complete suffering and in complete hell, a transformation into a productive member of society, a good human being, uh, with accomplishments and with accomplished dreams and with achievements. You know what I mean? And growth, lots of growth. Um, it's not an overnight matter. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 105 days. It's going to take a long time. And the ups and downs, the roller coaster of this journey is not easy at all. It's it's fucking terrible to be honest with you, but it's great at the same time. It's not always terrible. Feeling the feelings that I was avoiding, that's terrible for me because I ran from them for a reason. And now I have to sit through this shit and I have to learn how to get through it like a normal person. Um, whatever normal means, right? Um, but today I get the blessing to spend a Thanksgiving sober with my mother, who I love with all my heart, with my son, who I love with all my heart. I'm only missing my daughter, but I know she's with her husband and his family, so that's going to happen. Um, the way I was brought up and my beliefs, the husband is the head of the family, and so she's gonna go where he goes. So that's fine. It was a great holiday. I made a sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows on top. Really, really good. We had turkey, mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie. We had rolls. It was a simple Thanksgiving, but we got to eat it outside where I am right now, um, which is a cool little area. I'm outside, but it's covered, and there's a little sheet over here, and there's a wall here and a fireplace here, so it's extremely toasty in here. My mom has a little dry sauna in the corner there, and we ate out here, and we got the TV right there. It was great, you know what I mean? And now me and my son are gonna go lay down and watch Breaking Bad and just hang out and laugh like we've been doing. Um, I can't find my phone though, which sucks. I think one of my mom's dogs got it, like they like to do. Um, and I don't know if you guys have ever lost your phone, but not having it, you feel completely lost. So, Carissa, if you're watching this, I'm freaking out because I don't have it. Trust me. I hope you got my reply to one of your comments. But anyway, um, I love you guys, and I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope it was more positive than negative. It's real easy to get negative, at least for me. It's real easy for me to focus on what I'm not thankful for or what I think I need rather than what I have, because looking back, there's Thanksgivings that I didn't enjoy because of the lifestyle I was living and things I missed out on. So it's a real blessing today to not have that kind of Thanksgiving anymore, to not spend it in the back of a van in downtown Tacoma, in the ghetto, smoking heroin and eating granola bars. You know what I mean? Sleeping next to a bottle full of piss. Um, it's a good life today. It's a simple life, and I'm good with that. It's a happy and simple life. Even when I'm down, it's a good life. Um, and I hope your Thanksgiving was great too. I hope you weren't alone. I hope you were full of smiles today and gratitude, um, because it can always be worse, guys. It can always be worse. So be grateful for what you have, and focus on that today and what you're thankful for, because there's many things to be thankful for. There really is. Even if you're not feeling it, even if you're miserable right now in your bed or in your room, be grateful you have a room or a bed or a roof over your head, because not everybody does. A lot of people tonight are spending their Thanksgiving out in the streets. And man, if I had the money, if I had the means and the money, I would happily spend my Thanksgiving down there in the streets feeding other people. That's what I would love to do on a Thanksgiving. Hopefully, one of these days I'll be in the position to be able to do that. But until then, I just have to enjoy it with my family, you know. And so I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And just know that I love you. I'm grateful for all of you. Uh, Thank you for watching, and I hope it helped in some way, shape, or form. Um, yeah, things always get better. Things always get better. So I love you, and I believe in you, and happy Thanksgiving.